Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Nizzahon's Idle Thoughts. In this series, I talk about the latest MTG news and give you my takes on it. In the last Idle Thoughts, I discussed the treasure chests, which will be hitting Magic Online tomorrow. They will be changing the way prizes are awarded in constructed formats altogether. To put it simply, you'll be rewarded treasure chests now in various numbers rather than booster packs, along with the play points that you normally receive. You can see last week's video for more details about that. I'll put an annotation on this one. Today, October 4th, they introduced some more information about these treasure chests after hearing all of the criticism from the community. I was certainly not the only critic of the idea. Basically, everyone was. So we'll talk about those changes in this video and whether or not it improves how good the treasure chest system is going to be. But before we get started, I want to remind you that my videos are also part of a large offering of quality MTG content over at 5colorcombo.com. And in addition to that content, 5Color Combo has just launched a Kickstarter for the first drafting, brewing, and playtesting app for both web and mobile that will work seamlessly together. You can find a link to their Kickstarter in the description of this video to decide whether or not you'd like to contribute. Now, let's talk about the news that came out today regarding treasure chests. You can find links to both articles, which are by Lee Sharp, in the description below. So, one of the biggest complaints about the treasure chests was the fact that they were extremely vague regarding what could be won in them. They told us the possibilities, but didn't tell us the rate at which those prizes could occur. Today, they announced very clearly what could be won in these chests. First, they explained the probability of receiving each of the possible prizes. And to recap, those prizes are one card from the curated list, potentially, which they made public last week and contains some amazingly rare cards like Rishadan Port. Another possibility is a modern rare or mythic. And another possibility is some play points, and yet another possibility is a standard common or uncommon. Here is the chances you have to receive each of these prizes. Each pack has 3 slots, and you'll always win 3 prizes. In slot 1, it is most likely you'll get a modern rare or mythic, but you also have the highest chance in this slot of getting a curated card, and a 30% chance of opening some play points. In slot 2, you can win either a curated card, a modern rare or mythic, and a standard common or uncommon. And in slot 3, you're almost guaranteed to get probably the thing you want the least, a standard common or uncommon, but you have a small chance of better prizes from curated cards and of getting modern rare mythics. I think the system is sort of good. It's hard to say. I think it's definitely an improvement now that we know exactly what's happening. I think a lot of people, myself included, would prefer if slot 3 also had like a 30% chance of getting play points plus a 65, 66% chance, whatever, of getting a standard common or uncommon. That way, I mean, you don't really want to be getting those anyway, and the play points are nice to get because it increases your chances of sort of going infinite and being able to enter events over and over again. They also released today exactly how the play point breakdown works, and I kind of like how they did this. Usually you're going to get 10, 15, or 20 play points if you do hit the 30% chance of getting a play point, but there's also a chance of getting 1,000, which is sort of a fun little bonus to get, and then, you have chances of getting some other amounts as well, but I think that's pretty cool that they just have a 1,000 in there. But I don't like that you don't always get play points, basically, is how I would sum this up. I would like it if you got at least 10 or something every time. I like the breakdown for the most part, though. So the transparency is nice, and I think the system is okay, but it could be better, in short. But they also made another major announcement regarding the treasure chests, one I think that might make up for not always getting play points, and that is that treasure chests will be tradable. Many, including myself, had that as their biggest problem with the treasure chests, as taking away packs in favor of an untradeable item was pretty much guaranteed to tank expected value. Now that they are tradable, I think that this is dealt with, at least to some extent. And they won't be tradable until November, in mid-November, so they won't be tradable right away, but they'll be tradable pretty quickly. It's also worth noting that Lee made it clear that treasure chests will always have whatever the most recent version of a treasure chest is. In other words, when new cards get added from new sets, or if they change the percentages mentioned earlier, your treasure chest will follow those parameters and not the parameters of the treasure chest when you obtained it. On the whole, I have to say I do think Wizards did a good job of responding to basically universal criticism about the announcement, and I think they improved things greatly with the decisions they made. While it isn't quite perfect, it is a lot closer to it than it was after the initial announcement. Anyway, that does it for this edition of Nizzahon's Idle Thoughts. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button. If you have any comments about this new announcement that you'd like to discuss, post them below. And if you want to make sure you catch future editions of Nizzahon's Idle Thoughts, as well as a plethora of other MTG content, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.